Making a short little video here of David Rouille, who's going into the 10th frame. He's got a potential 249 going if he can close the door here in the 10th. He's shooting about 7 board at the arrows, or 7 board to 5 at the arrows. Looks like he missed that one slightly outside at the arrow and came up flat, left a flat 7 pin. But it looks like a pretty good shot. That would translate to the right side, laying down, well, the opposite, laying down at 7 on the right side, hitting 5 at the arrow. Pretty up and in. Here's another short little video of a man named Convoy from Wichita, Kansas. He's at 186 through 8. He can punch out for a 246, 9th to 10th frame. He's a right-hander and he's swinging a little bit more. Let's take a look. Not bad. Work's doing okay. He got the first 2, 9th, and the first one of the 10th. So he's got 2 more to punch out for 246. That last shot looked like he missed inside, and it held, which I thought was interesting. He's laying down at about 20 at the foul line, shooting for about 3rd arrow. That's a pretty good looking shot. That was a lot better. Again, about 20. He was actually just about a board and a half inside a 3rd arrow at about maybe 16 and a half or so. Here's Carol Baines shooting a 210. She had another interesting shot. She was laying down at about 15 at the foul line, shooting right over the 10th board at the arrows, right over the 2nd arrow. Looked like a pretty good shot. I'll have to take a look at my map later on to kind of scope that one out. This is pretty late in the day, or late on the oil pattern. It's kind of broken down a little bit. But interesting shot, and it looked good. Shot by a lady, Melissa Imhoff. Similar shot. Looks like she's playing a little inside of 20 at the foul line, maybe around like 23 or so. Playing to about that same 16th board at the arrow. Because of the trajectory, she's a little bit further outside down lane for the carry, for the break point, that is. And she seems to be doing okay, but looks like she's having a little difficulty with her break point and drive. But again, it's the similar shot. I think that's where a good shot is here late in the doubles and singles competition. There's another Tony Marks from Des Plaines, Illinois, working on a double, 1st and 2nd frame, going into the 3rd. We're gonna take a look at his shot, see where it's going. again, he's putting the ball down right at the 20 board at the foul line, making him different from many of the other people. Is he hit a mark just to the outside of the third arrow, probably around board 14 or so. Of course, his break point was well further outside down the lane, probably closer to about 8. He left a flat 10. And here comes a Ken Minter from Elgin, Illinois. This is the first really big-handed high-rev bowler that I've taken a look at here. I missed his last shot, which looked pretty good. He's got a 192, 186, and he started the first frame here, the third game here with a strike. I'm going to see where he's playing. I think he's a little bit further inside. He's got more hand. Let's take a look. He's wearing orange. Well inside. He's laying the ball down at about 33 at the foul line. I didn't catch where the ball crossed the arrows, but his break point was out at around 8 board, at about the little past the 45-foot mark, maybe about the 47-foot. So he's really swinging the ball in pocket high. So it would be a personally, I don't think it's a very good line, but hey, you know, see, I mean, he's working it. I'm gonna watch Ken do it again, see what's any different. All right, that one he went high again. He was actually, I'm sure he probably doesn't even realize it, but he set the ball down probably about 3 boards to the right of where he was on the previous shot. And his break point actually was a couple boards inside of his previous shot. And of course, he went through the nose. So, well, come to think of it, he probably does know it since he went straight through the nose. But that's why I don't know if that's really a good shot. It doesn't look like there's a lot of wiggle room for miss out there. It's such a big hook. Tough condition. Probably want to go straight. Alright, I'm going to take a look at a bowler here, Brandon Avery from Fresno, California. Nice place to be. Family's from Fresno. He's entering the 10th frame on a 4-bagger, can punch out for a 245. Brandon Avery. It's a decent looking shot. It's again similar to that down the middle approach. Like he set down maybe around 21 or so. He lofted it though. I think he lofted to about 20. Crossed around the third arrow. His break point was about the 10 board at the 45-foot mark. It's very similar to what I've seen working so far. And his last shot for the 10th frame going for 224. Let's see if he can get a strike. Let's give Cheek that one. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Not much to say about that one. Did almost exactly what he did the first time around. And probably just tweak the speed, tweak the hand position or something, but that one worked. That's a good looking shot.